Hello everyone, got a video here. I ended up getting me a plasma cutter and it's a Reboot Cut 40 and it's a 110 volt machine, and we'll kind of go over it here a little bit. This machine's pretty small, it's not real big. Grab a tape measure here and we'll do some measurements. It's like about 5.5 inches wide. Height wise, it's like 9 inches, not counting the handle. With the handle, probably about 11 inches. And it's 12 inches long. That's not counting the air pressure regulator that goes on the back of it. It just mounts on there. There's a bracket that comes with it. You got the two nuts that go on it. There's one on each side of the bracket. And on this air regulator, you got the water separator on it here so you can drain the water out of it. Plus, I'd recommend having another one like at your air compressor. You got the on and off switch here. And you do gotta have an air line going to it on this here model, which is pretty simple. It just hooks onto the air pressure regulator here, and it just runs down and it clamps down here on that fitting. And I would recommend having a dedicated breaker that's at least a 30 amp for this. If not, a 20 amp will kick off as you're using it, and you'll have to keep resetting it. On the front of it, we'll go ahead and turn it on here. You got a part here, I don't know if you can make out the writing or not, it's not focusing real well. But it shows the thicknesses of the metal if you wanted to compare it to that, to kind of go off of it. But on the setting, I'd recommend having it on 40. You can turn it all the way down to 10. But on 10, it'd have to be pretty thin stuff for it to cut it. And from what I've seen, what little I've used it, 40 works really good. And you get a pretty good cut with it. You got a power light here to show when it's on. And you got a warning light here, which I don't know if it's overheating or what it is. You got the parts here where the wand hooks onto it, or the trigger part, and this here goes to it for the trigger, so when you push it, it knows to kick on. You got the cable here for the ground. You got the bend on the front, and there's a bend on each side. And this here thing doesn't weigh much at all. There's hardly any weight to it at all. I think it's around like 20 pounds, if that. We'll go ahead and put the camera up here and I'll do a video of me cutting something with it. Always make sure you have some kind of eye protection on when you're doing this. You got the clamp here that comes with it to ground with. It's got a braided part here in the back, so you get a good ground on either side. Make sure your surface is nice and clean so you get a good ground there. On this one, it's got a safety part here, so you don't accidentally hit the trigger and cut yourself somehow. I'd recommend when you order one of these, if you do, get extra tips. You can get like 25, I think, for like $25, and it comes with new ceramic parts and the little pieces that go in here. On this here wand, it's kind of flexible there in the handle part, so it gives you a little bit of a leanway as you're using it. We'll go ahead and try cutting this here. And depending on how fast you go, if you're going too fast, it'll throw sparks up out of the top at you instead of coming down out of the bottom. After you cut, it'll keep blowing air out for a few seconds to cool the tip back down so it don't ruin it. On it, you can see here on the cut of how it did. It cuts pretty good. You get a little slag on it, but you can take and knock that off. And that'll come off. It's easier with the hammer, or if you just hit it with the little grinder wheel. But it cuts pretty good. This is 1/8 of an inch, so we'll go ahead and try a thicker piece of metal here. This here is 1/4 of an inch, and we'll try cutting a little piece off of it. Hopefully I get a good ground there so it'll work. We'll go ahead and try cutting this some. And on that there, I was getting through it, but where I was going around the corners and that, it wasn't getting it all. I got a little bit on the edge here where I missed it, but it came off there. If you have a flatter piece or able to do it from the outside, you get a better cut of it. I should have went around the outside of it instead of trying to do the inside. Would have made it easier. Would have cut better. Still learning with it. But overall, I don't think it's a bad little plasma cutter. It's cheaper than buying gas all the time for cutting torches. Still getting over a cold here and a sinus infection, so sorry about coughing around and all that. But overall, like I said, cutting torch, you got the gas and stuff, but they are handy when it comes to heating stuff up to get it loose. This here works pretty good. I'd highly recommend them. The price was right around 200 bucks, or just a little over. With the tips, I paid around 230 some, but I think the price of this went up just a little bit, maybe $10 or $15. So overall, highly recommended. I'll put a link down below where you can get them off Amazon, and they are affiliate links. And I'll put a link also. I designed some shirts, so I'll put a link down below until I get a 10,000 subscriber point, and it'll show up right below the video part in the description area right above it. But check out my shirts. Don't forget to like my videos, comment, subscribe, and have a great day, everybody. Bye.